Why, hello there. It is 0 days until Elden Ring comes out. It is coming out in half an hour for Europe in a lot of places and for PC pretty much everywhere at this point. Some people already have it. And this is the Elden Wait Countdown finale. The last episode of the countdown. How's it going, everybody? So, just to make it clear, and if everyone's literally showing up just to watch the countdown, um, that's pretty amazing. But this is for anyone who knows, I started off doing this series as a trailer watch. We're gonna watch some trailers. I am not playing Elden Ring myself right now, but we will be just biding our time up until release, and then I'm gonna let y'all go right around 6, and I'm gonna get back into the game. As you may have known, I've been reviewing it, so I've put about 40 hours into it at this point. I'm still playing the game, so if anyone has any questions, I'm going to keep this stream relatively like spoiler free, just for anyone who's just waiting to get in. But I wanted to do a nice big finale. All right. I didn't work on timings or anything, but I figure we'll watch. We're not going to watch the launch trailer. I'm going to work backwards towards the announcement trailer. So that's what we're going to start with. Elden Ring is phenomenal. Like the like the other reviews are saying, like it's hitting on all levels. If you're a fan of Souls games, Elden Ring is the definitive From Software title at this point for sure. I think it'll be hard to go back to Dark Souls, especially. Bloodborne and Demon Souls, even, and Sekiro have their own sort of things, but as far as From Software titles go, Dark Souls is like pretty much wrapped up in Elden Ring. It's got all the best aspects, I think, and more. Let's see, chat. Yeah, I'm having a complete blast with Elden Ring, and it's overwhelming how big the game is. It's the fashion is on point, Dark Edge. Um, how many bosses there are. If you're talking unique bosses, I have no clue. Honestly, I fought way more than a dozen bosses, but there have been some repeats. You'll understand once you're in the world. They're sort of justified why there's sort of repeat, like side dungeon bosses or some open field bosses do repeat, but they usually try and mix it up in some way. They're a little bit different. They're not always the same fight, so. But it has been a really crazy experience, and I'm so excited to jump into the lore and the story, and I think we'll be talking about it for a long time. I'm not like I was trying to take notes and really get into it, but I'm sort of just letting the experience wash over me at this point because it's so big and there's so much going on, and it's so cool that I just want to enjoy that initial experience, and I hope you all do too. Let's see. Item drops, it's been very normal as far as drops. You get the enemies. It's nothing like the CNT, by the way. The item placements, some of the like side dungeon bosses are in the same areas, which I was actually surprised a few were in the same place, but the drops are totally different. Like the whole setup of the world, and even like what you're starting with. If you've played the CNT expecting it to be pretty similar in the first like couple hours, it's really not. It's pretty different, especially the power of your character is so much less. But the weapons are so cool. The armors are the best they've ever been, and it's just amazing. Unga Bunga Caveman asks, "Can you spoil what stats the Moonlight Sword scales with?" I don't have the Moonlight Sword yet, surprisingly, which I've been in an area where that would make sense, but it may be hidden away, but we know it's there, So I just got to find it, but it's a big game. There's so much going on. So, is the arcane stat more interesting than folks have assumed? Um, Arcane, I did find that there's a certain type of spell that Arcane scales with in addition to intelligence. I just noticed that one today. And I think there's also a faith version too. So Arcane gets like mixed in. I've noticed that a lot of spells like I don't want to spoil anything, but there's some like spells where it's like, oh, they require like they're incantations, but they do require like a decent investment into intelligence, and I've seen some with arcane as well. So I think there's more nuance. It's really interesting how they take the magic schools and they really make them different, and they really make it so that you could have a build around like a certain magic school, and it could be within like incantations. Like within incantations, there's a ton of different like schools of magic. Did I meet Patches? I can't confirm or deny. No, Akash, Akanch, sorry, I'm terrible with names. Is This is not a spoiler heavy stream. This is mostly going. I thought I'd field a few questions. I know people have a lot of questions, and we're gonna watch some trailers. Make sure I don't run out of time, but we're gonna do a final trailer watch because for those who came in later in the countdown, I started off doing a trailer watch as my thing, just watching the trailer until we got news about Elden Ring, and then that was about a year ago, over a year ago at this point, and now we're here, and everyone's going to be playing Elden Ring soon, and I'm so excited. So the stutter's on PC. So I did play on PC, and I have noticed better performance with 1.02, the patch that everyone will be playing with. I have noticed that it's better. I did follow, there's a rock, paper, shotgun article that talks about settings that you may want to lower to get better performance, but one of the big takeaways is if you could stand the grass not being quite as lush, if you're okay with like medium grass, that will give you way better performance. And I think that was a lot of my FPS drops. Once I lowered that to medium, and I noticed the shaders I also lowered to medium. I otherwise have high settings with a 3060 RTX card and a 3070X Ryzen processing unit with 32 gigs of RAM. Everything on high pretty much except for those two things, and it's been pretty good. It's not the best PC port ever, and it seems like consoles are smoother, but oh yeah, I mean, I've been playing at 1080 because that's what monitor and I capture in, because if I captured in any more, my hard drive would explode. So, okay, so let's see. Yeah, I don't know if easy anti-cheat is doing anything to the performance, but it's definitely in there. The first thing you see when you load it up is the anti-cheat, so the prisoner class. I went with confessor myself, but prisoner looks to be like a intelligence, and it's sort of like it could go strength or dex depending what you want to do. I think those start with equal stats. I think standard PS4 will be fine. The like visuals may not be amazing, but it does seem like those do okay because they're not using as high of settings, which seem to be the case where that's causing a lot of the problems. I have heard that if you're playing on PS5 using the PS4 backwards compatibility, you get like a rock solid 60 FPS if you're okay with slightly lower visuals. But I've noticed, I think that's the grass that is lowered most prevalently in the backwards compatible mode, but otherwise I've heard that boss models and the landscape generally looks the same. So if you have a PS5, you may want to consider playing PS4 backwards compatible if you are really concerned about some FPS drops. I'm not too bothered by some, and they haven't been too prevalent for me on PC, but if that's like performance is the number one thing for you, you might want to consider the PS4 backwards compatible version. So, class would I recommend? I mean, I went with Confessor. I just went for fashion, the Elden Bling, to see what was the best to do. So, let's see. All right. There's a lot of questions. I love the energy of the community right now. It's so good. Especially once that 97 Metacritic score came out, I'm just so happy that people could finally, I'm glad everyone agreed that all of the reviewers, I think we were all sort of like, I was talking with a few people and we're all like, this is pretty good, isn't it? Like, this is even better than we thought it would be. So, um, it's amazing. waiting for 2 years and then having it pay off. And I have been super blessed. If you see there, I got the Pop Boy behind me. I think Bandai Namco sent it. They've been cagey. They didn't label that it was from them, but I got this Pop Boy, and it's pretty amazing. I mean, I'm just someone who's passionate about the games, making videos. No one's super important, but I've been able to do all these cool things, and I'm just eternally grateful for the experience. So I think with this, sorry if I missed any questions. Chat is moving a lot faster than I am used to. I love it. I'm really blown away by how many people actually showed up. This is incredible. I'm really blown away and just so glad to be part of the community and part of this whole experience. We do have a game of the generation on our hands. We have, I feel bad for Horizon because Horizon Zero Dawn released when Breath of the Wild came out, and then Horizon Zero and Horizon Forbidden West comes out when the next like genre defining open world game comes out just right after it. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. I really appreciate it. I was really happy to see how positive the reaction was to my participation in the Red Bull segment. It was a long piece, and I'm glad that a lot of people enjoyed that and thought it was worthwhile. Oh, I'm a hype man. Like Blanca, I'm a hype man because I'm so hyped. Like it's just amazing. I'm Sean Haruki asks, I'm doing a great sword, ultra great sword build. How close is the first great sword to the start? There are great swords very close to the start. If you find them, I found a claymore, which is not that. I found a claymore really fast, which I've been using a lot because it's hard to break old habits. But yeah, so you can find a lot of weapons. It's just the fact that there's so many directions to go right at the start. But I think if you want to go for a great sword, head toward Southern Limgrave or Weeping Peninsula. I hope that isn't considered a spoiler for people that the region to the south is called Weeping Peninsula, but that's what it's called. It's still in Limgrave. All right. I've been switching weapons quite a bit. My build's kind of a mess, actually. I think I need to respec at this point, actually, because I've been going too broad with my stats. I need to focus in. The game's starting to demand more of me and to be a better build, so I may respec to, I think, focus more into strength with a little bit of faith on the side. I was going heavier into faith at first, but I just like whacking things with a sword. Let's see. All right, let's get into the trailers. We're going to start with the story trailer, and we're just going to watch along, and let me know if you can't hear it. Everyone should be able to hear the trailers just fine, but just in case, you do need an item to respec. And I'm still sort of learning the ins and outs. It's related to something that I don't quite understand yet, which is a really good feeling. But all right, let's get into the story trailer.
Peggy 16.
Can everyone hear it? Let me know if you can't hear it.
It happened an age ago.
Perfect. This is a good trailer.
But when I recall, I see it true. On a night of wintry fog, the rune of death was stolen.
Poor Godwin.
And the demigods began to fall. Starting with Godwin the Golden. Queen Marika was driven to the brink.
Margaret had such a glow up from when we first saw him to like his character by the time we reached the story trailer.
Ensued a war that wrought only
so cool.
Darkness. The Elden Ring was broken. But by whom? And why? What could the
You
demigods ever
100%
hope to win
end
by
up
blood?
at this location. It's pretty good. So good.
The conqueror of the stars, General Radar.
Poor horse, yeah.
And the blade of Miquella, Melania the Seventh.
This is such a cool scene.
These two were the mightiest to remain, and locked horns in combat. But there would be no victor.
That whole bit is like super lore
And
significant.
so,
I'm not
the
spoiling
inhabit
anything, I won't
fractured
give
world.
details, but it's really important to the story.
Awaiting the arrival of the Elden.
It's not just random.
Unless, of course, thou shouldst take the crown.
Snow Witch. Teasing us. Alright. Oh, it's February 25th now. Okay. Oh man, that was so good. Yeah, we'll jump into the next one. What time is it? We better hurry up. But I have been butchering NPC quest lines as you do in your blind playthrough. I have been getting NPCs killed and meeting tragic ends left and right, and I do not know what I'm doing wrong, but I know definitely check in on your NPCs because they need your attention. All right, now let's get into the gameplay trailer.
Peggy 16.
It's fun to go back to these now on this side of things. I've done about 40 hours now.
The tarnished will soon return, guided by grace once lost.
Man, when this came out, it blew my mind so hard.
The Golden Order is broken to its core.
I haven't tried the game on lowest settings. I bet the grass would be pretty patchy. But, I don't know actually. No horse playthrough. Good luck. It's a big one.
Foul tarnished. In search of the Elden Ring.
Counterattack.
By the flame of ambition.
Such good voice lines.
Someone must extinguish thy flame.
No connections with the Souls games that I've seen.
They will fight,
Obviously a few
and
references.
they will die in an unending curse.
Those are pretty easy to come by.
For how else is a
I
champion
still haven't been to all these places. A lot of
to be
them.
born?
I think in there.
A lowly tarnished. Playing as a lord. I command thee now.
Kaloyan, I think the seed may be better. The key is a little bit of a debate, but I went for it and I don't regret it.
brandish the Elden Ring. For all of us.
These are such good trailers. Ooh, seeing the old date does hurt. It's okay though, we're here now. Okay, now for the memes. We gotta do it. Man.
Oh, you tragic thing. You've crossed the Sea of Fog
Sea of
all
Fog.
the way to the Riftlands. Well, this is the very edge of the map. Imagine what drives you to seek the Elden Ring. I suppose you can't be talked into turning back. Very well, then.
Margaret is so much the same though, so he seems to be an early thing. I love the Switch. No music. Just some shots underground. Ooh, that reminds me of something I have to go back and do in the game. Ooh, pumper rum. You know, I haven't seen any pumper rum type people. No sparklies. Miyazaki says there is a sky temple. I have not been to it. It is building anticipation. All right. And I think we're in pretty good time because y'all ready to watch the announcement trailer one last time before playing the game? Oh, it's still so good. I've been holding off. Let's go. Announcement trailer one last time before most of us are playing it, I would say. Let's go. This is still my favorite, I have to be honest. Probably nostalgia. Sorry, George, I cut your name off a little bit. I don't know if these lines are in the final game, but this voice is.
I doubt you could even imagine it.
Oh.
That which commanded the stars, giving life its fullest brilliance. The Elden Ring. Oh, Elden Ring.
There it is.
Shattered by someone or something. Don't tell me you don't see it. Look up at the sky. It burns.
The soundtrack is really good in the game. It's amazing. Still as good as the first time. Music slaps. For those who've been around, probably remember me saying that about a dozen times. there we go. The last trailer watch, the finale of the Elden Wait countdown. And it's about to release, just a few more minutes left. And if there's any last minute questions, I can answer a couple more, but I'm going to be jumping off and joining you all to play in just a few minutes. I honestly, I'm so excited to see it hit 6 and watch y'all flood out and go to the lands between. It's been amazing. Thank you, everyone. It's a good game, Beaner Legend. It's very good. Oh, and I am using a password on PC right now, but I'm hoping to jump onto PS5 soon, and I'm using Cardigan as my community password. Because, you know, Cardigan. But yeah, thank you so much, everyone. This is not the end. It feels like the end of a huge chapter, but it's just the beginning. And, you know, I'm hoping to do tons of cool stuff, diving in, seeing what the community is coming up with lore, tearing apart the story, getting into the nitty-gritty details, and just having fun with it. The fun is not over. It's only the beginning. And, man, we are in for it for a long time, I think. And I will be putting up some, like, water cooler impressions will be coming out roughly daily. I'm not going to hold myself to that because daily videos are taxing. But they're going to be like your coworker or your friend. You say, oh, you've been playing Elden Ring. And they say, oh, yeah, I had this crazy moment. That's what the video series is supposed to be evoking, is me sharing fun experiences. Hopefully you guys talking about your fun experiences in the comments and just having a good time. You know, just being your digital friend playing the game with you. And we are almost there. It's almost time. Oh. It's gonna be a while until full lore analysis. There's so much going on. Let's go. Get in there. Go into the lands between. Alright. Thank you, everyone. I am so happy to be here with you guys. This is what it's all about, and there's nothing like a Souls release, and there's nothing like an Elden Ring release. You will be so happy that you are here in the lands between right now. So get in there, figure out your PC settings if you need to, get that taken care of right away, figure out what works. It may stutter a little bit more at first. I hear it's a caching thing, so just as a little pro tip, it apparently gets smoother as you play, but get those settings dialed in and have a good time. All right, everyone. I'm going to head out and I'm going to play too. Thank you for watching. And man, it's been a huge experience. And if you're not playing quite yet, it's very soon. It's very soon. Thank you so much for it. It's been such a great experience, and I love it. It's the beginning of some great stuff. Thanks for watching.